Michigan Democratic Senator Elissa Slotkin has called for a ban on cell phones in all K-12 classrooms in the country.
Take a listen to what she had to say in a speech yesterday.
But as we increase technology in schools, we also have to acknowledge where technology is already harming our kids. Too many students are lagging in the people and problem-solving skills that will be even more valuable in the future economy, and that's largely because of social media and cell phones. To that end, we should ban cell phones in every K-12 classroom in America.
Slotkin's comments have garnered a great deal of support, with Arizona Senator Mark Kelly posting on X, "Phones in school have been a disaster for learning and attention. Senator Slotkin is right. It's time to do right by our kids and get phones out of classrooms."
Slotkin's remarks come just a week after she and Indiana Republican Senator Jim Banks introduced legislation to ban cell phones in schools for children of U.S. military members.
Maybe we'll agree on this one.
I know, right?
I think this is a great idea. I really do. I mean, we have seen the damage of excessive cell phone use with young kids, attention span disorders, leading to mental health issues, particularly among young women. There should be no place for phones in the classroom. A lot of schools have already introduced these RFID blocking cases that students put their phones in at the beginning of the school day and they don't get them back until the final bell rings. And they've reported a huge increase in successful classroom management, of kids actually paying attention in the classroom, performing better on tests, being more social with one another in the lunchroom. Look, I don't agree with Senator Slotkin on much, but on this one, she's got my support.
Yeah, in even thinking about this and thinking about raising a child in this atmosphere right now, where people have given their kids cell phones at age 8, right? And you're just like, wait, will I do that? And I find myself asking myself these questions and wondering what is the best policy. She says in classrooms, so I wonder, does that mean they can still have them in the school, in their lockers? So when they get out of school, if they need to call their mom to pick them up and she's running late, you can still have access to it? Are we banning it, in the school period? So I wonder, but it sounds like it's just classrooms from what we could gather. And I do think that it's a good idea based on everything you mentioned. So I'm in full agreement. I think, playing devil's advocate, what other things come as I was researching this is that some research, there's a trade-off that students likely feel safer having access to their phone if they're facing any bullying or harassment. And the phone feels safer because they can audio record and have proof that this is happening to them. And so that piece, I thought, that's interesting. That's maybe not in the classroom needed, but maybe during lunchtime, maybe during activity time, there is a cell phone there. I don't know. I mean, I think there's a safety component that I just think we also have to look at. Is there a trade-off happening psychologically to students who do feel safer, who are often being bullied? And we're seeing bullying happening more and more. That's no secret, and it's out there, right? So I don't know what your take would be on that, but that would be the only thing for me that I wonder. And also with, sadly to say, the number of school shootings, how many kids have been able to call 911 because they had their phone near them, or call their parent. And we've seen, parents do all kinds of things, rush in, get to the scene faster, notify police. So there's that element of safety that I do wonder about. So maybe it could be in their lockers, but not in the classroom.
Yeah, I think my pushback to those arguments would be that there's a lot of cyberbullying as well that happens with young people nowadays, especially on social media. So whatever trade-off you might get from being able to record an in-person bully, you also have to consider that a lot of the bullying is happening online. And on the school shooting point, there's been cases where students' phones have alerted the shooter to their location because maybe their parents tried to call them back, etc., or they were jamming 911 lines because so many people were trying to call. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of trade-offs involved, and sure, I mean, I think you're right that having a phone after school, at the school but not in the classroom, is a reasonable trade-off as well. I mean, I remember being a student athlete. You go to practice after school, and sometimes your practice ends early, or you have to stay late.
About that flip phone back in the day.
Yeah, that's right. Calling my mom on my Razor. Practice got out 30 minutes early today. Can you come pick me up? So yeah, it's good to be able to get in touch with your parents within reason, right? Like a lot of parents that have been cited in reports in places like the New York Times have actually been arguing against phone bans in schools because they like to text their kids all day long.
I believe that.
And the kids are like, I have to text my mom during class.
Parents.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's
I'm
crazy.
like, what are you doing?
Right. There is something to be said for parents who just go over the top.
Let's get some independence for these kiddos.
Yes, seriously. I pray that will not be me. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but we'll see.
Next up, President Trump and a lobbying organization are going full speed ahead, trying to oust Thomas Massie from his House seat. That's next.